Welcome back. It's Wednesday, which means we get to visit with our friend Michael Babcock at TMZ to get the latest Hollywood headlines, all the scoop. And I got to tell you, Michael, first of all, good to see you.
Good morning, Jeremy. Good morning, guys. How are you?
We're doing so good. And this is my special guest co-host, Rob, who we love from the Discovery Center. He helps teach kids, which we love.
That's awesome. It's nice to meet you, Rob.
Yeah, nice to meet you, too.
So, Michael, just full disclosure, they told us the topics.
Yes.
And the first topic, I've already made 4 or 5 TikTok videos about this subject because I'm a Vanderpump Rules fan. I haven't watched it in a couple seasons because there was some controversy, which...
Okay.
But anyway, there's more controversy. Tom Sandoval, I think, caved to pressure because his first apology didn't mention Ariana, who he is cheated on. It's a huge scandal. What are you hearing out there in Hollywood? What's going on?
Well, he has now issued a second apology, and I think a lot of people feel that this one is a better apology, a more heartfelt apology. He, first of all, he addressed it right to Ariana and said, "I am so sorry for what I did to you. I'm so sorry that you're having to go through this terrible situation, feel this terrible pain, and feel it publicly." He said, "I was selfish," and he really kind of tears himself down here and apologizes to her much more than he did in the first one. And look, it's got to be so terrible for her. I mean, to know that he cheated. Not only did he cheat, but he also did it with a friend / castmate in Raquel. And what a terrible thing. Now you find out about this video. There's a video out there of a FaceTime call, an explicit, sexual in nature FaceTime call that Ariana found, and it was Tom and Raquel on the video. And now that this video is possibly out there and people have it, and Raquel is threatening anybody who shares it that they might be breaking the law. So this is the messiest situation.
Didn't you guys break a story yesterday about that? TMZ. I remember seeing TMZ's story about that.
Exactly. So she has hired. Raquel has hired a new team around her, new PR people, and they are going on the attack. So they sent letters to castmates and said, "Hey, if you have this video and you share it, there are laws in California, there are revenge porn laws, and some of those laws essentially say you can't non-consensually record somebody if you're having some sort of intimate interaction over FaceTime or Zoom or anything like that. You're not able to just record someone if the other person doesn't know and give you consent to do so, and you certainly aren't allowed to share it then." So that's why they're essentially saying if you do share this, you may be breaking the law, and who knows what happens then. I mean, it's we're not talking civil lawsuits here. We're talking possibly criminal activity, and obviously with that comes could come arrests and jail time and all that good stuff.
Well, Michael, I have two thoughts about this quickly because I'm really invested in it, and I don't mean to be. Here's 2 things I find weird. Well, one thing I find ironic is they had just posted the ratings a week ago, and Vanderpump Rules ratings were the lowest it's been since it started. Then the scandal broke, and all of a sudden they needed this, and they were done shooting the season. They got back to shooting. They started shooting again last Friday and Saturday to get this on to the end of the season. And I know Tom and Ariana have already filmed those breakup scenes last Friday and Saturday, thanks to our sources at TMZ. But I'm just saying, I think they're utilizing this now for the show to try to get the ratings up. It's odd timing. I'm just saying.
No, you're right, Jeremy. I promise now when people are ultimately watching on the show what is going on in real life here now, it's not going to be the lowest ratings they've had. It'd probably be one of the biggest because this has become such a big story. And you're right. I mean, I think obviously for Tom and Ariana and probably Raquel too, this is a terrible time. But I'm sure the producers inside have got to, or the people who air the show, they've got to be saying, "Hey, this is not the worst thing for our television show," and the ratings, because they're going to be. I would think they're going to be very big.
Right, and I don't know exactly. I'm a different school of thought. Like a lot of people were upset that Tom didn't address Ariana in the first apology. However, I do know they shot their scenes last Friday and Saturday. It doesn't matter if he publicly apologizes, as long as he's done it to her in person. That's all I care about. He didn't cheat on me. He didn't cheat on you.
By and large, you're so right. We don't know what people don't know what he said to her, and I'm sure there was an apology. I'm sure there's been a bunch of apologies to her, honestly, because they dated for a decade, and obviously he's hurting right now too, as is she, and it's his fault. But I'm sure they're both kind of in pain right now after spending 10 years together.
And what's odd too, a clip is circulating now too, because I've watched the show since the beginning, and we will move on after this, I promise. But Andy Cohen was asking.
I want to talk about whatever you want.
One of the Vanderpump Rules reunion, Tom Sandoval got with Ariana because he was cheating on his then girlfriend, cast member Kristen Doty.
Yeah.
So he was asking Ariana, do you worry because you got together through cheating? Do you ever worry he's going to cheat? Well, that video has resurfaced, and now it's kind of like, that's kind of what he does. So I'm not surprised.
Can't be shocked. Right. You can't. I mean, maybe you can't be shocked if you're Ariana, then this was something he did in the past, and history repeats itself sometimes.
It does. I do want to move on because my poor friend Rob here has no idea what we're talking about.
I do know one of the names you mentioned.
But he does.
To be clear.
Okay, good. He does know Tom Brady, though.
I do know Tom Brady.
I met him at a fight like years ago. I hung out with him at this after party at the fight. He was very nice.
Wait, who? Which one?
For Tom.
You got to hang out with Tom Brady?
No, Tom Sandoval.
Other Tom. I was going to say.
I wish it was Tom Brady.
Right.
I know. If I could have switched, I would have. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tom Brady. So Tom Brady's not coming back to play football, Jeremy. That's.
I'm glad about that.
Yeah. So the NFL had their combine. The NFL combine. They have all the guys come out and run and test their measurables and see how athletic they are. Well, there were rumors coming out of Indianapolis that Tom Brady actually may be interested in coming back as quarterback for the Dolphins. The Dolphins quarterback is the guy Tua is dealing with some head injuries. We don't know when he's going to be able to play. So there were rumors, hey, Tom Brady may be coming back. He just retired on February 1st, so it hasn't been all that long. Tom says, "Hey, not going to happen." He made a joke about it. He said, "Anybody who thinks I'm going to come back, they've never tried to take care of a 2-month-old kitten." Tom Brady, after he retired, he got his 10-year-old daughter Vivian a little baby Siamese cat. So Tom is a cat dad. He cannot play football right now because of that.
I don't know that I believe that Tom Brady's done. I think if the right situation came along, the Dolphins. I don't think that's the right fit for him. They have a lot of deep threats. Yeah, they got the yards after carry with some of their speed, but, the right team, like that just needs a quarterback. For instance, the 49ers, and I know he's got his history with the 49ers about wanting to play there, not getting drafted. But if he played for the Niners, that's a ring, probably. They don't have a quarterback.
Right. No, look, and that's why a lot of people didn't think he was going to retire. I didn't think he was going to retire, but he vowed when he made that video, he just turned the camera on February 1st. He said, this is it this time. Last time he had the whole, big retirement, and we know what happened. He came back 40 days later. He said, this time that's not going to happen. So February 1st, he made the video saying, I retire. 10 days later, he turned his papers into the NFL to officially retire, something he never did last time. I kind of take him at his word here now, but look, that's not to say he won't change his mind and can't change his mind if he wants to. And I believe he could still play. He can still play at a high level. And I think you may be right. If he was the quarterback of the 49ers, they're so talented. Maybe they do win a Super Bowl. Maybe Tom Brady gets it.
Michael, I'll just call him. We're going to start an amateur league here in Springfield. So I'll call him to see what's happening. Okay?
If he does, I'd like to play in the league too.
We'll invite you, Michael. We got to get you to Springfield anyway. So you're welcome.
I'm coming to visit. You
Thanks so much, Michael. I'm sorry I dominated that whole Vanderpump Rules topic. Sorry about that. But it's always great to see you.
It's the biggest story going right now. Bye, guys.
See you next Wednesday. You can catch TMZ weekdays at 5 p.m. and TMZ Live weekdays at 2 p.m. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're getting your Fox feedback about your favorite breakfast cereal. So be thinking about it, okay?
Okay.
Favorite breakfast cereal. We'll be back. He is isn't he the nicest guy?
That was fun.